Today on the channel, we're headed for a showdown with WWE Main Event Showdown, Series 21, R-Truth and Dominik Mysterio.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Main Event Showdown unboxing and review. And today on the channel, from the Judgment Day, we got R-Truth and Dominik Mysterio. But for all your Main Event Showdown needs, jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15%. Gotta get a deal out there, and actually pick this up at Jay's. 25% off Memorial Day weekend. One of those things where maybe I wasn't going to pick this up, but 25% off. I said, well, I guess I will, and leads us to this video here today. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And R-Truth, a quasi-member for a little bit of time, of course. Dominik, a full-fledged member in the Judgment Day. Happier times. Maybe, depending how you look at it here. But an interesting R-Truth, an interesting Dominik. If you're collecting Elites, you're collecting Ultimates, maybe you don't need these necessarily, but we're going to dive into it here today. Of course, glamour shots off to the side, includes fanned out money. Of course, why wouldn't it? Of course, R-Truth, Dominik Mysterio, WWE Main Event up there top. Nothing on the sides of these, of course, but on the back, we do get a little bit of tail of the tape. We do get both glamour images there, and we did unbox the New Day, so check out that video. LA Knight and Roman Reigns going to be an easy pass for me. But let's see what it says on the back about Dominik and R-Truth. R-Truth, he is a brawler. He is fighting out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and his finishing move is the lie detector. How about that? Dirty Dominik Mysterio, he is a high flyer from San Diego, California, and uses the frog splash. And I wonder if old Dominik Mysterio will be at San Diego Comic-Con this year. I got to think he might be one of those Mattel guests. He lives in San Diego. I could see it happen. He's at the top of the card. He's the Intercontinental Champion currently. I could see him being part of San Diego Comic-Con this year. They always have surprises on the Mattel panel, and I'll be there. I'll be in there hanging out, so come say hi if you're going to San Diego Comic-Con. I'll be poking around, of course. But see you later, R-Truth. See you later, Dominik. Goodbye. Plastic Prison. No twist ties. How about that? Mattel showing they can do it if they want to. They don't necessarily have to do the twist ties. But can I get it out in that tight bubble? Man, there we go. There we go. Watch out. Cash on the move. Cash on the move right there. And there we go. See you later. Goodbye. And let's go youngest to oldest first. Let's go with R-Truth, that young whippersnapper right here. Now, both these guys do come out with the fanned out cash. We've seen this before. Get it with Ted DiBiase. Get it with Cameron Grimes. Ringside exclusive was the first time I think we saw it. Nice, though. One of those great accessories you could use with other toy lines if you wanted to. But it's just straight up cash. Fanned out right there. So very cool to see that. You can use it for both these guys, I guess, if you want to. But now we got old R-Truth out of the package here. And there's no doubt about it, this is R-Truth. And smiling R-Truth, showing that $1 million smile there. You got the nose ring in. You got the earrings in. You got the hair up there in the braids. Got a little bit of yellow at the bottom, of course. Even got some line design in the hair. Looking good for old R-Truth. I don't got a problem with this head sculpt. Looks just like him, if you ask me. Not too bad. Now, it does say Finn and Damian and Rhea and Dirty Dom and R-Truth on the shirt. He's got the tank top going on for the Judgment Day. But, of course, this is kind of R-Truth's thing. We just saw him on Saturday night's main event just last night as I'm filming this. And he was wearing his take on a John Cena shirt. So, pretty much on brand for him here all the way around on the tank top. Now, we did get an Elite very similar to this. We're going to compare it here in a second. He does got the armband here in black. That armband is actually removable, so it is movable right there. So it's not sculpted in, looking very good. You got the tattoos, a little bit hard to see against the dark skin tone, but he does got the tattoos back behind there. Does got black wrist tape going on. Grip in hand over here, and then he's got a fist of fury. He's going to pop Dominik in the mouth. Maybe, you never know. He does got his black jorts going on, black knee pads, down to the black shoes. Of course, articulation arms all the way around. No bicep cut. Single jointed elbows. You do get the side to side. Hands removable back far side to side. Head removable back far side to side. waist articulation. Got those big old R-Truth splits if you need them. Goes up for the big boot like the Hulkster if he needs to. Single jointed knee. I was going to say no side to side at the knee on that one there. And then you go to a boot cut, ankle cut down here with the black tennis shoes going on. But it is R-Truth. There's no mistaking this guy for anybody else. There's only one R-Truth, as we do know. And he does fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on your stands right there. Not a bad piece of business, but probably most will prefer the Elite version here. It's just like this one, but it's Elite. You get the soft goods shirt on this one. Now, you could theoretically move this soft goods shirt over to the top of this one, make this one feel a little bit more Elite if you wanted to. Different head scans on these two as well. So similar but different. Obviously the main event style, obviously the Elite style. But I think for most people, they're probably just fine with this version of R-Truth. But if you need another one, you got your chance right there. But now we got Dominik Mysterio, no stranger to the line since he was a little kid as a Build-A-Figure, you could even say. But Dirty Dom, quite the popular performer. And man, I remember when he was teaming with his dad, they were tag champs. A lot of people were saying he was terrible, he should retire and all this. And now look at him, it's up at the top of the card. Now, the coolest piece of this Dominik here, we've had a few different Dominik basics, main event style figures recently, but it's the shirt skirt over the top, which always drives me crazy when he wrestles in this. I don't know how he does it, but he does. But you do have that over the top. Wouldn't be shocked to see this in the Elite line one day, but this one does stand out a little bit differently because of this shirt over there. Of course, it is the Judgment Day shirt. And you got all the Judgment Day members during happier times, I guess is what we'll call this one. And you got the same members up there on the shirt. So it kind of looks a little strange when you got it on the shirt and then down here as well. It's just kind of repeating itself. A little bit strange. But you do got DM on the back there. I wonder what that could stand for. I'm not exactly sure. But looking at the head sculpt on Dom, he's got kind of a dirty mustache and a dirty beard on him. He does got the black hair, the mullet flowing. Of course, 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. Playing all those Dominik Mysterio hits. Tattoos all over the place. You can see these a little bit clearer than R-Truth's versions. Of course, no color in the tattoos here, part of the main event line. Black wrist tape here. You got a gripping hand and a fisted hand like we saw with R-Truth over there. Articulation can be identical to R-Truth, so we don't need to walk through this articulation again. But it does look okay. He does got the usual Dominik Mysterio tights on down here. You got some black knee pads, and you got a little cow print action in the white and black attack down into the boots. And once again, no ankle articulation on this one here. But not a bad Dominik Mysterio. Obviously, the main event figures, great for little kids and aren't going to break the budget, of course, but not a bad piece of business if you want to display them with your elites. If you want to, like I do, I mix them in here and there. And it's kind of a cool idea here. A short-lived theme, of course, with R-Truth trying to be in Judgment Day, joining our Judgment Day, however you want to classify it. A moment in time, if there ever was one. But not a terrible R-Truth. Elite, probably a little bit better. You could say the same thing about Dominik. Probably some better Elites and Ultimates of similar gear. But I think the skirt over the top here gives it a little extra flair that might be worth the pickup, especially if you're like me and save 25% on this. Not a bad piece of business. But I definitely understand not going to be for everybody right here. But is it for you, brother? Are you going to pick this one up? You playing the long game? You passing on it? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. We got 2 channels with videos every single day. Patreon members, you get early access to all of them. You get the glamour shots, you name it. You can also be a YouTube channel member. And with both of those does include my new podcast, Kyle Peterson Show, available every single Tuesday, but much earlier for channel members and Patreon members as well. Check out the podcast if you have not checked it out. Audio podcast, wherever you find your audio podcast, with video cast on YouTube, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. And of course, my new book, the ECW Complete Guide to the Original San Francisco Toy Makers, available right now. So for another main event unboxing, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?